Barbecue is coming along pretty good. All right, so now is my favorite part of the tour. We're gonna do our trees. So we have trees all over the backyard. We have 14 trees total. They're just not that big, so it's really not that noticeable. So right here, we have a peach tree. This is one of our peaches. This is a Bella Georgia peach, and it's definitely growing peaches. You can see it's not as much as some of our other peach trees, but there are plenty of peaches here to go around. So we're gonna see how this tree is going. This is one of the trees that we had from last season, by the way. We had 2 peach trees last season and we bought 2 this season. So this is definitely one of the ones that we bought from last season. So another one from last season is this one right here. So this peach tree we bought last season as well. It's actually taller than the one we just showed, and it actually has a whole lot more peaches. If you look in here, there's peaches pretty much everywhere on this one here, and they're a nice size too, so they're getting up there. So again, this is one of our Bella Georgia peaches. So the 2 that we got last season was both Bella Georgia. So this one and the one right down there are Bella Georgia peaches. Now we do have 2 more peach trees that we got. So these 2 we actually got this season though. This one here is our Alberta peach. Now this one here is probably about my height. You can see it's probably about a good 6 foot, maybe 6.5 feet tall. And then you got peaches on this one as well, but not that many. I can actually count these. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 that I can count. So it's not doing nearly as good as the other ones, but this is a younger tree. It's smaller, and we got it this season and just put it in the ground. The one right over here that Tasha just watered is another peach tree. This is the contender peach right here. So this peach tree here is actually growing less than the one we just showed. I see 1 peach so far. I lost it already. There it is. So I see 1 peach. That's 2 actually. So there's 2 peaches on this tree. There may be 1 hiding or something, but it's got even less than the one over there. Oh, there is 3. So, boom, there it is. So there's 3 peaches on this tree. So it's pretty much matching the one over there, or trying to match the one over there, close to it. So this is a contender peach that we planted this season and bought this season. So that's also why this one doesn't have as much peaches as the other 2. Right over here by the potato bed is our Methley plum tree. This is our second tallest tree that we have, and it actually had the most fruit on it, but early in the season it was in the pot and we decided to put it in the ground, and the bottom of the pot gave out and it started to root into the ground. So when we moved it, we had to tear the root, and that killed all of the fruit that was growing on there. So the tree is still good, but if you can see, this is what the fruit looks like now. It was nice and green, now it's all dried up. So the tree itself is good. So hopefully next season it will do the same thing it did and try to give us a lot of fruit, and we could continue from there. But right now, this isn't going to give us any fruit this season. Right down from that is another plum tree. So this is the Burbank plum. This one we actually got this season, and this has 0 plums on it growing right now. So we won't get any plums from this tree this season, but something tells me next season it's gonna explode. So continue watching to see what this plum tree is gonna do. And over here by our lettuce bed is our Bruce plum, and this here also doesn't have anything on it. Again, we got this one this season as well, so that's one reason why it's not doing so well. It's still young, and we just put this one into the ground, so hopefully next season we'll get plenty more fruit. So we're still cooking over here. Let's check on our barbecue and see what we got. Okay. Right behind the Bruce plum and the grill, we have another tree over here. So this is a plum tree as well. This is our All Rosa plum. So this is our last and 4th plum tree. So the top isn't doing so well, but the bottom is still the bottom is doing pretty nice. Now this one we actually had last season as well, so I don't know why this one isn't doing as good, but it is growing plums. It's our only plum tree that actually has plums out of the 4 plum tree. So it's got 1 plum here, and it has 1 plum here on the back. So it has 2 plums on this tree, which is about the same amount it gave us last season as well. So hopefully next season, this thing here, since we just put it in the ground this season, hopefully next season it takes off. So out of the 4 plum trees that we have, only 1 of them are growing plums this season for us, and it's the all rosa plum right here. And it's only growing 2 at that. Now we do have more trees. Like I said, it's 14 trees, and I only showed you 8 so far. So if you follow me over here, I can show you our Fiji apple tree. So this is actually our tallest tree right now. This is the only tree that we decided to put in its own box like this. We made this box specifically for this tree. It's kind of an experiment. We want to see how it was gonna do. We're trying to we're actually trying to dwarf it. So we're trying to see how much success we'll have with it. Now this tree, for it being our biggest tree, it is a little bit of a disappointment because it only has 1 apple growing right there. So again, hopefully next season will be when this tree decides to take off. It's got a lot of pollinators around here. It's got a lot of other apple trees as well. So it's definitely no reason why this tree shouldn't have more apples. Over here is our other apple trees. We have 2 over here actually. So this is a gala apple tree. It has yet to be planted in the ground, but we have plans of planting it soon. This one, for one not being in the ground, actually has plenty of apples on it. So the one that's actually planted well has no apples, but the one that's in the container has plenty of apples. So that means that this is a real good tree. So whenever we put this in the ground, it should do really well for us. Right next to that one here in a bigger container is our Dorset apple. So this one here, so you can see this is more of a green apple. You can see right there, we paid $32 for this tree last season. And this one here also has apples actually. So the ones in these containers actually aren't doing so bad. And then right next to those, we have 2 pear trees. So we have 2 pear trees here. So this one here is an Ayer pear, and it has some pears growing, but not a lot. And the one right next to it is an Oriental Southern Living pear. That one actually doesn't have any pears growing yet. So we do have these 2 pear trees. They also need to be put in the ground. So that's 13 trees that I showed you so far, and that leaves 1 tree. So that tree is located over here. This is our 14th tree, and this is our 4th apple tree. So this is the Cameo apple tree here. Look at that apple right there, and there's another one right behind it up there. It's a baby one there. So it has a few apples on here, but most of them are in the higher branches. So most of our trees, as you can see, are producing fruit, even though they're not full size or even teenage yet. So these trees are doing really, really well. So keep watching us to keep up with our trees and see how our fruits are gonna go.